Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Space Style Podcast with your host, comedian, philosopher, grown adult woman, Blair Socci. That's me. This, of course, is a podcast about pop culture, womanhood, mental health, and a little bit of aliens. And so I'm so pleased, my dear listeners, Blair Bears all around the globe, to introduce my very first guest, comedian, world-famous Aussie comedian, Tom Cashman, everybody.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here, though. I did just discover that this podcast is about women and aliens. I did not know that.
Right, and that's something that we kind of like to just sort of surprise our guests with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't you worry about that because I'm gonna lead this ship and you're gonna be.
It's just occurring to me that your glasses are kind of like an alien.
Oh yeah.
Is that a deliberate choice?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, they're beautiful. I'm sorry. Yes, very
deliberate.
Okay.
You know, probably more autism, but
I feel like aliens are probably pretty autistic. Yeah.
I know. That's
the way
probably
they're depicted at the very least.
Yeah, that's probably why I feel connected to them. No, but it's so interesting to actually have our first guest be a straight man. Incredible. It's so, you wouldn't guess to have that. So this will be really fun. I'm excited to get to know you. We'll see if you do make it onto the approved straight man list.
Okay.
So far, running on our show's approved straight man list, we have Adam Sandler, Keith Richards, Jack Black, and Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, right. So
they're all approved. So
they're all like extremely prominent people.
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't factor in. So
it doesn't?
It
feels
don't worry
like
about
that's
that.
the theme if I had to draw a line between all those four people.
No, because those ones just came up.
Yeah.
Just in conversation, probably because they're so in the zeitgeist.
Yes.
But it has nothing to do with fame, even though, you seem to be a man of great stature here in your country.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. So we'd like to start off the show with a freako fact of the week because we got a lot of fucking freaks that listen to this show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I was told everyone listened to this was extremely normal.
Oh, well.
I've been tricked.
You have been tricked. One of my favorite things to do to a man, trick them. But yeah, so I'll give mine, and then I heard word on the street that you brought one. So first mine, and this is fitting given our guest. So I'm really interested to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
According to a study by German scientists, looking at a woman's chest for a few minutes a day may actually help men live longer. Researchers found that men who regularly admired their partner's cleavage had lower blood pressure, improved circulation, and were less likely to suffer from heart disease, similar to effects of light exercise. The scientists behind this study say the body's relaxation and endorphin response can act like medicine, helping to reduce stress and promote longevity. So that's a pretty freaky fact. I'm just wondering if you were a part of that study.
I was not a part of that study. I respect the person who got a grant for funding for that study. They did a fantastic job in the meetings or whatever they were doing, pitching that to people to give them money to stare at women's boobs every day and like write down how happy they were and how their blood pressure was or whatever that was being measured.
Very important science.
Can I say, not to like disagree with the fact, or I think I've heard maybe an example of this is like when people cite stats about saunas. Like there's longitudinal studies about saunas being very helpful.
Right.
And I'm not a science guy.
You're not.
But
what kind of guy are you?
I work in the arts.
Okay.
And I did a media degree at uni. I don't really know about science.
Okay.
But in my mind, when you're measuring long things, you know how sometimes it's not causation, it's like correlation?
Sure.
But they say saunas are good for you if you do them like 4 days a week. But in my mind, people that are like rich enough to be doing that many saunas are just like eating well and kind of live nice lives, and that's maybe why they're living longer. And similarly, is it the looking at the boobs that is helping their health, or is it just if you have a woman who's happy to let you do this weird study, you're in a good place in your life, you've got a good partner, you're a very like welcoming partner who's like going to let you do this stuff.
Sure.
And it's maybe more just like the other factors about your life that you're quite in a privileged position. Maybe that could be causing the health benefits as opposed to like the boob staring.
Oh, sure.
Specifically.
So, okay. That's an interesting theory. You're really zooming out and looking at it as a macro macro issue. So for me, I love boobs. I think they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
So to me, I think it's pretty straightforward, but I also like your theory.
Do you get a hit off your own?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So they're going to be someone else's. That sucks. Like you've got the very thing that you
sure.
crave, but those are the one set that don't do anything for you.
No. It's but they don't not do anything for me.
Okay. Sorry, I put words in your mouth there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's very nice. That's good. Very good.
Keith Ridges, watch out.
Keep an eye for the list. Yeah, no, it's not like I see them and I'm like, oh yeah, those are cool, but they don't strike anything in me.
Okay. Are you worried that studies like that could, I suppose, lead to people being more leery in society because they can just justify their behavior by saying, this is scientifically backed?
I don't think that society could ever get more leery than it already is and has been for
You don't think there's space for more
thousands
leeriness?
of years. No, I really don't. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start just going on the train and just looking at all the cleavage I can see, and then if anyone like grabs me by the neck or accuses me, I can just be like, you haven't been reading the studies. This
No,
is actually
I don't advise
for my
that.
own health.
You look, that's your personal choice, and depending on where you decide to be the place on the list. So,
well, that behavior I shouldn't have told you about. That was going to be secret. So I'm not going to do that. I was lying just then. I'm not going to now look at people's chests on the train more
but
and
how
justify
am I
it
to
because of
believe
scientific
you?
things.
Remember, and you may have heard this in the first 5 minutes. I am autistic, so I happen to take everything literally. So please don't deceive me. Thank you. And now we'll go on to your freako fact of the week.
I promise not to deceive you in future.
Thank you.
My freako fact is, did you know there's 3 times as many germs on your dining room table than there are on your toilet seat?
Really?
That's because I've been sneaking into your apartment and shitting on your dining room table.
How do you know where my apartment is? Because I just got
The
here.
producers told me I've been going in there. I've been doing some really foul things in your personal space.
On the dining room table?
Yeah.
Well, that's really crazy.
Yeah, that's why it's dirtier than the toilet seat.
There's-
Most toilet seats are dirtier than dining tables, but your specific dining room table is fucking filthy.
But that's really weird because there is no dining room table in there.
Yeah, well, the bench, whatever, the bench where the kitchenette is. That's where I've been doing most of my
different.
work.
That's really different than a dining room table, a bench. Or do you call
Well,
it?
a bench becomes a dining room table if you don't have a dining room table.
Wow, I haven't quite made it that. Wow, well, thank you for your honesty. It seems like you're getting more and more honest as time progresses on this podcast, which is very
I'm getting
good.
a lot off my chest, which I also am not going to stare at on the train.
Okay, good. That's very good. I'm glad to hear that. Wow, this is really incredible synergy so far. I didn't expect us to have it with a man on the podcast. But next up, we have completed Freako Fact of the Week, and we are now moving on to Complainer's Corner.
I've got actually a fact, because I prepared a joke fact. Sorry to reveal that was actually a joke. The reason I didn't know you didn't have a dining room table is because I actually haven't been in your place. And I haven't
How can I even trust you?
I know, I'm all over the place.
Oh my God.
And I apologize again.
You're a real wily guy.
Yeah, I'm saying things and then taking them back, and then sometimes you don't even know if I'm...
and only in the first 8 minutes. That's really crazy.
If I could take you back maybe a minute or so ago, you did say our synergy was top notch.
That was before that I knew every word coming out of your mouth was a goddamn lie.
Yeah, totally. I suppose I waited for that that positive review before coming clean.
Right, and it's probably very odd for you to face off with someone just wildly sincere.
No, this is not strange at all. If I could say maybe the only strange thing is I'm more and more convinced that your glasses are an alien.
Oh.
You do look quite like an alien right now.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Do you find aliens to look like supermodels?
I suppose I was focusing on the eye area. Everything else, you look like a lovely woman, but the eye specifically, you look like, I suppose, like a stereotype of an alien.
Oh, that's really weird. I don't know why you would say that. Anyway, so since you presented us with a falsified fact, please
But I've got a real fact to make up for that.
Okay, please reveal a real freako fact. Tom Cashman from Australia.
So I'm from Australia, and we still need to cover why you're here. It's quite strange.
Oh no, I'm running the show, baby. We'll get there.
Okay, because it is. Yeah, I follow you on Instagram. I think you're a very funny comedian.
Oh,
You're
that's very
American, and I see you on there. You're in America doing stand up in America, and it's strange that you're in Sydney for some reason.
I don't know.
But
how I
we
ended
welcome
up
you.
here. Yeah, thank you.
It's fantastic that you're here.
You seem really happy that I'm here.
It's just, I don't know. Usually, you know, like there's a comedy festival on or something, there's some sort of reason, or JFL or something, and then people come. But yeah.
you think I invaded your country and you're unsure why.
No? Yeah, I'm not sure why.
And you're demanding answers.
You're using the word invading.
Right.
I did not use the word invading. I welcome you. I think I said that specifically.
Well,
other than the shitting on your furniture stuff.
But you said that sort of
As
after, again, a save,
No,
which seems to be a pattern for you.
No, I agree. That was a save, and it was an afterthought.
Please reveal your...
Australia invented Wi-Fi, okay?
Is that true?
We invented Wi-Fi.
Is that true?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So maybe...
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty good.
I'm worried that you're fucking with me again,
No, I'm not. No.
And I'm really worried that
No, I'm not. We invented
you're
Wi-Fi.
making a fool of me on my own show.
I don't have a joke. So if it was a lie, I'd have a joke. But that's just a straight fact.
Producer Nick, producer Rosh, can I get a confirmation?
We've got 2 thumbs up. Look at that.
Okay. I have 2 people that I trust very much confirming your fact. So that's incredible. That's a major contribution.
Thank you.
And it wasn't even from like a psycho like Elon Musk or anything.
No, it was just from the CSIRO, like I think a state-funded organization that does science. We also invented the black box, in the airplanes.
Oh, yes,
like
sure.
They have the black box.
Right. And why they say, why don't they make the whole plane out of the black box?
Yeah, that was Americans.
Right.
But we don't,
You
because
can
we're not silly
understand
like
why.
that. We're not silly like that. We just invent the actual thing that has practical benefit. You guys, you make fun of it. You joke around. We make the actual stuff.
Wow. I didn't know that this was going to become a brawl amongst nations, but
A brawl amongst nations?
after you just sincerely welcomed me, but that was an afterthought. You're welcome. After now, you want to know why I'm here.
Yes.
Too bad I have another segment. Okay, so next up we have a Complainer's Corner, working title. We're still early on in the show.
Yeah.
Even though I think we're off to a pretty incredible start.
That's 2 compliments.
Today no, that was sort of self-directed, but no, I guess you were part of it.
Thank you.
Complainer's Corner. Today's complaino is when I went and got bin candy around the corner from the studio. All sour gummies, of course. That's my candy of choice, Tom Cashman from Australia.
Yep.
And I popped one in my mouth, as I like to do, and to my dismay, it was hard as a rock.
Oh.
It was really so hard. It was like a goddamn blood diamond, really. My teeth could not cut through the gummy sour bear.
Oh.
It was really shocking, really surprising, despite the fact that the jaw is supposed to be able to have the force to cut through 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Not in this case, I guess.
You're blaming your jaw.
I am, I think. Anyways, Tom, it was a hard little bear, and I took it out of my mouth, and then producer Rush said, how about I try? And she said, this is hard. And anyways, what started out was a complaint ended in finding common ground and community.
Okay.
So
you felt closer to your producer after you both agreed that the candy was too hard for your jaws.
Yeah. And at first, I was like, I'm so upset that I was once again fooled, as people like to do to me, as you know.
A problem shared.
I thought it was a gummy, implies gummy, but no, it was hard as a fucking rock, and I was fooled. But then, it turned out nicely.
This is a shame that this is like your first impression of the food here. I think generally speaking, we have pretty good food,
Oh, no, I
particularly in the
agree.
city.
I've enjoyed your food.
But the gummy situation, I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that apology, but I have to say I love your country. Okay, so moving on. This is very important. I have a lot of very important questions to ask you.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, and they will determine if you make it on the approved straight man list.
How am I going now, like out of 10? If 10's just making it in.
Well, I don't know if I can quantify numerically this early in the game.
Okay, true.
You were really shifty in the beginning, and it was really hard for me. I really worried I had a lot of trust issues.
Yes, I understand that.
Which weren't really doing much to make up for your entire gender's past. But we'll see. Okay, so Tom, question number 1, and please answer honestly. Yeah. What is your favorite thing about women?
My favorite thing about women?
Yeah.
So this seems like a trick that you want me to say tits, because you were talking about cleavage before and the benefits, and now that's like a trick.
Tom, this is actually this is a complete non sequitur, so please just answer.
It's not a non sequitur, it's in context.
No, it's not. That was a segment. We've moved on to a different segment now.
but I hope you keep that first bit in, because this was in context and that comment was in context as well.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I can't promise anything, and only I have editing rights.
If you take that first bit out, that is a stitch up and a half.
All you have to do is answer from your heart right now.
My favorite thing about like all women?
It's not a trick question, Tom. Tom, just
feels
answer.
like a trick.
Tom, answer from your heart, Tom.
I think the thing that comes to mind for me is, I suppose, like an emotional intelligence and an ability to have conversations in an emotionally intelligent way and really break down social situations. I find men aren't as good at having conversations like that as women are. Now you're laughing at my actual answer.
That was a very good answer, Tom. Excellent. And
you.
I think we can all agree that that is fact. So your
Yeah.
favorite thing you share with many people, high emotional IQ, EQ, if you will, in the ladies. So you love that. You're a real softy, huh? You love the emotional connection.
Yes, but I emotionally, like analysis, like intelligence in order to analyze stuff and like have a laugh about what just happened at a dinner or something.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay, good answer, Tom. That's good. What's your skincare routine like?
I've recently updated it.
Yeah, please. Regale us.
So moisturizer now. My sister's a doctor, so she told me retinol. You know,
Yes.
retinol. I mean, I don't know how much people know this stuff.
Oh,
I've
no,
just found
skincare
out.
is one of my special interests.
Well, she reckons retinol's the only thing that's kind of been scientifically proven to be beneficial on top of sunscreen. So I put sunscreen on in the morning and then retinol like once a week, my sister told me to do. 'Cause
That's
I've just
pretty
started doing it.
impressive.
And then moisturizer most nights if I'm not like busy.
Wow, if you're not busy.
I don't know, if you just like you're out and then you
Too
come
tired
home.
to take your makeup off after a long night at the pub.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not in but you know, when I'm like on weeknights when I'm kind of like, ooh, and I'm like getting into my routine.
Sure.
It's now formed part of my routine after the teeth brushing situation.
Wow. And so have you noticed any nice results from your routine?
I don't think so. I think maybe every now, like the first few weeks I was doing it, sometimes in the morning I'd be like, oh, I guess maybe I look better. But I don't, I think it's more just like I like the routine of it. It's like feels kind of like, you know, you're doing something for yourself.
I feel the same.
Yeah.
I love skincare my whole life. I'm not really like super into makeup, but I love skincare. And it's just like a really nice thing that I enjoy. That's like a calming signal to me that I'm ending my day or beginning my day. I enjoy the whole process. I find it luxurious. And now, Tom, am I correct to assume you are a straight man?
Yes.
And do you have a partner?
No.
So when you have the retinol in your bathroom,
Yes.
and you are to have a lady over,
Yeah.
they will assume, because basically no men use retinol.
They're going to assume another girl was there.
Of course.
Really?
That's like finding tampons and scrunchies. They're gonna, when they go to piss in your bathroom, that is hopefully clean. Is it clean?
It's pretty clean.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
Yeah,
thank
at the
God.
moment.
I don't like when men are disgusting. But yeah, they will open that when they go to pee.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, I just have to go tinkle really fast. And they open and they see the retinol and they're going to think that a girl lives there.
Maybe, but then you just said that
But
not
luckily
many
you'll have this
men...
clip to prove.
I also think you'll have a conversation. I feel like if you think it's rare, well then that'll make me look cool when they come out and then they talk about it, and I get to look like a unique guy who's, or is it a bit like not attractive?
That's a really innocent thought that you have there.
Why? You think they're just going to internalize it and be like, another woman's been here to the degree where
you would
she's got
think
her
that
stuff
unless
over
you
here?
asked about it and then she believed you.
I think.
But like if I were to see that, a single dude,
Yes.
I'd be like, oh, a woman has been here.
Yeah,
but
right.
then if you told me like, oh yeah, my sister told me to start using, I'd believe them. It's not like that big of a deal.
Yes.
But just seeing it, you're like, oh, a woman lived here.
Okay, but then, what do you think about someone who's actually, like in my situation, has started doing that with their skin? Is that like a cool thing, or is that like a bit feminine and a bit like not cool?
Oh no, I don't think it's feminine. Like that's a really slight thing to take care of your skin. There's many other things that like if you're getting spray tans or something, which is scarily common for the men in the wild in Los Angeles.
Whoa.
Which I catch such a fright when I see one, because you know I'm like, this man could never chop wood or fight in a war or something.
But he's pretending to be a level of brownness, which implies that he's been out and about.
But
But he hasn't
didn't
been.
even earn that. But you know, you have just having a small light retinol in what seems to be, compared to my very extensive skincare routine, just a small, innocuous step.
Okay.
Okay, so glad we covered that. Who is your favorite comedian and why aren't they a woman?
I don't really know what to say about the favorite comedian thing. So I don't really have one, I guess.
No.
So I may as well make
I don't
it's
accept that.
Maria Bamford, and it is a woman.
That's a really good choice. She's also like my top 3. She's quite excellent.
She's up there.
There's nobody like her. She's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't listened to Maria Bamford, I can't believe I didn't include her in the Girls, Girls, Girls episode. I will have to get her on the next one, next fiscal quarter. But check out Maria Bamford because she's one of our greatest living comedians alive today.
Mm-hmm.
Good answer, Tom.
When does this come out?
I don't know.
Okay. Just don't jinx her by saying she's alive and living and alive and alive and
No,
living.
I know her. She's alive. She's doing well.
No, I know, but now, if it's like a few months, it's kind of like to really focus on the alive bit is to jinx someone.
This will be out soon, Tom. Don't you have a worry.
Right.
Okay, so you're doing pretty well so far.
Yes.
I think we've really bounced back from all of your wild deceptiveness at the very start. So, Tom,
Can I say, as a straight, this is kind of like a dream. It's getting quizzed on and being accepted as by women as a
right,
like slowly. It
Right.
seemed like in the right direction. Like as a kind of man who has kind of been trying to frame himself as one of the good ones his entire life. This is a nice experience.
Oh, I'm so glad that you feel that way. Although I must say, it has developed a general awareness in the population that men who claim to be the good guy are the ones that you most need to look out for.
Yes,
Would you agree for that?
I think if you're loudly declaring goodness,
Right.
it often correlates with guilt about something shameful that
Right.
you've done in your past. Yeah.
Right, and that's...
But I wasn't talking about claiming. I'm talking about in my life.
Oh, sure. Okay, you're trying to practice. You're trying to live it.
Yeah, I've got a people-pleasy kind of like I want to be one of the good ones kind of motivation within me, but I
Sure.
try not to be too loud about it.
Okay, that's very good. I like that. That took me a really long time to learn because I was always like asking because I have a pathological naivete despite
You're pathologically naive.
despite having
Oh,
a
no.
very high Q. It's called a purity of perception
Okay,
in autism,
nice.
and a very dangerous way to live,
Yes.
if you can imagine. Anyways, the whole point of me
Do you have an example?
Yes, the whole point of me bringing that up.
Would you like to share the example?
I'm sharing it right now.
Okay.
The whole point of bringing it up is that like I would always be to my friends like, "Oh, this guy's like on our side."
Yes.
Why? And they're like, "No, you don't understand. It's like a cover up." And I'm like, "What? No way. That's way too nefarious. Nobody
Yes.
would do that."
Yeah.
And I've had to learn that many times. Okay, Tom. Now I have to ask you a very important question. What makes you feel alive?
What makes me feel alive?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel alive just generally, I guess.
Really?
But like a bit of a rush. Is that what you're describing?
I don't know if it's a rush. I don't know if it's something so simple as just a roller coaster. Make you something where you have a moment. I don't know. Maybe if it's extreme beauty or connection where you're like, you just have a moment. You're like, wow, this is one of the highs of humanity when there are so many heartbreaking lows.
The thing that comes to mind is a bit boring, but I'm like not like a big, I don't know, doing like crazy activities and like, I suppose adrenaline junkie stuff, which comes to mind as like the category of thing that would. But I think I feel best when I've like been busy and been nervous about something, like a show or a thing you're working on or whatever, and then when it's over, for like the week after when you have less on, which that's kind of like how I feel now.
You've walked through a fear.
You've just done something, and now you don't have to feel lazy if you're not doing much, and then you find yourself living like a slower day and kind of like,
Right. Oh, so you feel a increase in self-worth upon
and a calmness.
conclusion of an accomplishment.
Exactly. My
Okay.
friend Dan Rath has a joke. He's like, I actually forget the joke, but he said something about there's no better feeling than being on a rooftop bar, sipping a cocktail after a small but minor victory.
Oh.
And I think that is...
Yeah, that's really true. That's beautiful.
like huge things
Yeah.
are almost a bit too, I think afterwards you probably feel a bit too stressed, and small things, it's nothing. But yeah, in the middle there, you get like a week of like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm living.
I am very passionate about finding excitement and appreciation and joy from like very small mundane things. Especially this year, I have suffered a horrible tragedy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. And so my whole life changed overnight.
Can I say the sharing of this quite earnest stuff in the glasses
Oh yeah,
has
get
been the
used to it.
biggest I suppose, difference between face and words so far.
Sure, I like to keep everybody on their toes at all times. They don't know which direction I'm going. You know? I'm like Allen Iverson. Do you know who he is?
I love Allen Iverson.
Is that true?
I grew up loving Allen Iverson.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Oh, it's none of my business. Okay.
What?
Next.
Did you not like my age? That's the reaction to my age.
Oh, no, I was just taking it in.
Oh, it's not my business.
Oh, no, I just feel like age is none of our business.
Yeah, oh, okay, true. You regretted the question. It wasn't about the answer.
I often say on this podcast that I'm 100 years old.
Yes.
100-year-old baby. But I do
Isn't
agree.
this the first episode?
No, you wish.
You
wish you were on the first episode.
You
think I would have a straight man on the first episode?
That's what you said at the beginning.
About a podcast about womanhood.
Unless you don't cut it out about the tit stuff at the beginning and make me look like an asshole.
You keep calling it the tit stuff when it was a scientific fact, a freako fact of the week, which of course is a very esteemed segment on the Spaced Out podcast.
Well, I've got to go on as from the first episode, the specific scientific thing you said, and that was tit-based.
Honey, I alluded to something said.
It was about
on
staring
the
at
first
cleavage.
episode.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So this is not, in fact, the first episode.
Okay. I apologize.
I receive your apology.
Do you accept it?
Yeah, that's a synonym for accept.
No, you can receive and hate and detest.
Okay, you're right. I receive and accept.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what makes you feel alive. Your friend Dan's joke, and he makes a very good point there. That is a real moment of peace. When you've had a good week, you accomplish something that took effort, and then you find yourself on the rooftop bar, amazed by a gorgeous sunset with a nice cocktail.
Having earned it. And I think for me, it's like an anxiety thing. Like you've been anxious about this thing, build up, you do it, and then afterwards, no anxiety. Hey.
What do you do for your mental health, and do you go to therapy, yes or no? And do they have therapy in Australia?
I'll answer the second question first. Yes, we do have therapy in Australia, although it's delivered in quite a silly accent.
Right.
And to answer your first...
I haven't said anything about you guys' accents.
No, I said it. It's fine.
I didn't say a word about it.
Yeah, no, that's
Sometimes
okay.
I find it's a little difficult to understand, but I find that it helps me focus more.
Yeah, oh, really? Okay. Yeah, we're titillating you in the right ways.
Because, when I watch TV, as a ADHD girl, I got the captions on.
Yes.
I got a double to help my auditory processing. But with you guys, I don't have any captions on your...
You should have...
I don't have any captions on your words, so I got to really fucking lock in.
You should, you can dub it. Instead of having captions, you can make it be in French. They should have Australian accent dubbing so you can focus.
That's really crazy.
I think it's normal. Anyway, I don't go to therapy at the moment. I'd had a therapist. I've had 2 therapists in my life. The first one, maybe 6 years ago, I did 10 sessions. I didn't really like her. I didn't believe her face. She made a really annoying listening face.
Really? No, you can't have that.
And she had an FPOS machine next to her the entire time.
What's that?
Like a thing that you tap your card on, if you pay for something. So it was like a reminder that it's not real and it's all for money the entire time.
Oh.
I didn't like her. And I suppose I didn't really emotionally open up because I can talk. So I was just and it starts with how's your week been or whatever. And it just never got deep. I was just talking about my week every week, basically.
So you were paying for small talk?
Kind of.
Nightmare.
Which, worse things happened. But yeah, it didn't really emotionally affect me.
That's literally my hell.
Why?
Because I want to know about very specific things, as you might have noticed.
Totally. I wasn't just small talk, but I suppose I never, my dream was to be emotional in there and to create a space. And there was no emotion
and
for me.
your dream was not realized.
No.
But as I talk about therapy and mental health, because shout out to my amazing fucking therapist, Katie, you're a queen, you're a god.
She listens to your podcast?
No, probably not. But
Okay.
if she does, then I want her to receive her affirmation and know that the deep place that she holds in my life. That
I don't think you want a
she's
therapist who's
revered.
so needy she listens to a patient's podcast to check if they're shouting her out and giving her compliments and stuff. I don't think that's the symptomatic of a very strong therapist. I think if you are listening, what's her name again?
I'm not telling you because I don't like the direction.
You know who
you're
you
going.
are. If you're listening, you should not be doing this. It's in your spare time, you should be reading textbooks about psychology and kind of bettering your career, not listening to Blair's podcast and seeing if she says you're
Disagree,
good.
comedian Tom Cashman from Australia. Okay, I don't think that Katie would listen, but if she did, she's more than welcome to, because that's the type of bond we have. I don't know if I'd want another therapist to do that, but she has no neediness in her. And before you even say that,
Yes.
she's always at all times acquiring new accreditations.
Okay.
This bitch can't stop getting more certifications. Pretty soon she's going to be certified in equine therapy. And if you don't think I'm going to partake in that, you're out of your mind.
Okay, wow.
I can't wait.
That's
Majestic.
an upsell of a lifetime. Can't get a horse in here.
Oh my God. Can you imagine the healing that it will be able to reach inside?
Wouldn't
me?
you worry if your therapist listened to your podcast? Would you not be worried about, like, what if you said the same anecdote or something and then, like, you can see her eyes glaze over because she's heard it on the pod?
Let me tell you something, Tom. I'm not a people pleaser.
Okay.
At all.
Right.
You know, I trust in the goodness of my heart. And I know this is scary. You're seeing my eyes for the first time.
Yeah, why is this happening? Yeah.
But I won't. I don't worry about entertaining my therapist. I'm trying to get into the deepest recesses of my cells and all the darkest portions and bring them out to the light.
Yeah, that's the difference to me. I'm really trying to get laughs in there. I'm really trying to, like, have the most impressive reflections. I had a new one last year who semi-broke up with me. What do you think about this?
She fired you?
Kind of, because I just travel for work.
Because you were being a goddamn riff master in there?
I can too many laughs. Yeah, the only person who
and
can't.
Then she's like, say something real, bitch.
No, with her, I was like getting emotional and stuff. She was better, and I trusted her like emotionally.
Yeah.
And but tell me what you think of this. I had another friend who went to therapy because, you know, it's a bit of a trend or whatever. He goes along after one session. I think this is actually irresponsible, but this particular therapist said to him afterwards, I think you're fine and you don't need therapy. So he basically said, you're right.
I don't think that's true because everyone could use therapy. Just talking to a independent party that is not connected to their life. That therapist must have just really not wanted him to come back.
I think maybe they have a particular specialty and thought this guy was like too normal for his specialty or something.
Oh.
Yeah, and I agree it's a bit irresponsible. But anyway, I'd heard that and I'm like, okay, so that's possible. You can go in and then they tell you you're fine. So I go in and after one session with my woman, she recommended...
Your woman. Interesting phrasing.
No, well, my guy,
Your woman.
my woman, I'm just
woman.
denoting the sex of the person.
Sure.
I didn't own it, but she was I wish I did. Imagine having her at my house in a cage, having to listen to my every whim.
Roche, please mark that down. Demote a point in the tally, please. Thank you.
I think she'd like it.
Okay.
I think she'd enjoy being in my apartment at all times.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, she recommended 5 times a week.
For you?
Yeah.
She's like, actually, you are the most unwell patient
I'm like,
who has
what?
ever passed through my office.
Yeah, my friend got told he can go home after 1 and I'm getting ×5 recommendation. I was going to come in weekly.
Has time?
I know.
That would be like your life would be, you'd barely be living life outside of therapy.
Exactly.
You might as well go inpatient into the facility.
That's why I need her in the home, in the cage.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks, he wants women in the cage. You heard it.
I don't want them in the cage. I'd love for them to be there through their own free will, but...
Okay, Tom, I must move on. I'm very sorry. Do you believe in God?
Nah.
Yeah.
Not really.
Really? And how'd you come to that conclusion?
My relationship with God is brought up Catholic.
Oh, sure.
Getting a vibe.
Me too.
When you're 12, 13, it just all seems a bit not real, really.
Oh, that's
it's
why
all a
you
bit boring.
feel so guilty all the time.
Yeah, I do feel guilt, I think, sometimes.
Where you feel like you have to earn...
yeah, exactly.
You have to earn, feeling good.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And there was, too much hedonism in the home was frowned upon growing up to some degree.
Is your family religious?
Not really. My dad was brought up Catholic. And I think, a bit culturally, anti-hedonism and a moral guy, but not, particularly religious. And my mum would never go to church because she wasn't religious. So that just showed me as a kid. It's like you only go with dad once a month. So it's and mum thinks it's bullshit and she's sleeping in. Well, then I'm with her.
Yeah.
And then I suppose in my teens, like a lot of people my age, particularly boys, I think got pretty stuck into atheism and your Christopher Hitchens and your Richard Dawkins.
I just brought this up the other day because when I was so for me, God, I'm not religious because I don't like rules and all that. But I do pray. But to me, God is just divine loving intelligence. And not like a man or something or rules or religion. And there for 2 years, I was when I first started comedy and I was dating a guy who showed me Christopher Hitchens. Yeah. And I read that shit. I wish I didn't.
He's smart.
It's
He's
humiliating
good.
Now. Oh, he's like, women aren't funny. And I'm like, okay, well, you're dead, bitch.
Totally.
I own you. But
I feel that's a fine perspective. And I think now I'm I think I used to be kind of like, oh, you're religious? And then at parties sometimes when I was 18, 19,
Of course.
would find myself in an argument with a religious person,
Right.
like
Intellectual
owning them.
debate.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think realize as you get older that's quite cringe. And ultimately everyone's just looking for a path to happiness and acceptance and community and whatever people believe. It's fantastic.
So you would say that you're the Charlie Kirk of Australia?
Yeah, no, I would say that. And I did say that to you privately before. And I'm actually upset that you have shared that.
It's great to have men on the show, folks. Okay, well, God, this has been just so great. I'm learning so much. Yeah, I can tell if people believe in God, like, when I meet them.
What trait gives it away?
Well, a lot of comedians
Necklaces?
are atheists.
Often it's the necklace.
No, it's just a feeling I get. And I can often also guess birth order, too, oddly.
Ooh, what am I? Do me.
You're not the oldest.
Oh,
You're definitely not the oldest.
what am I?
You might be the young. I don't know how many kids are in your family.
2.
Yeah, you're the youngest.
Oldest.
Really?
Yeah.
Your sister's a doctor? Mm-hmm. How much younger?
2 years.
Well, I guess wrong.
So, yeah, so what did you say before? I
feel
can
like a lot of
always tell?
No, I can't always tell.
I think you need to update that too sometimes.
Okay, because sometimes. I have a hunch.
I can sometimes
usually.
tell too.
Yeah, all right. Well, all right. That's too much. That's a point off. Okay, so...
I can sometimes guess stuff as well. Stop looking into the camera in a strange way. Stop it.
Anyways, what makes you feel the funniest?
Ooh, I think just a mood. Sometimes you're just in a good mood.
Okay.
I think, like, what's an example of like a thing? Like if you're holding like
You tell me, Tom.
like some silly glasses or something like that.
I'm not wearing any fucking silly glasses.
Oh, no, sorry, I meant normal, beautiful glasses.
Oh.
Like something like that. Does that make you feel funny?
No. Just
Okay.
make me feel normal and like myself.
Yeah, fantastic. Which is funny though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That could have gone wrong. So what makes you feel funny? When do you feel your funniest? What's the mood? When does the mood arrive?
It's random.
So nothing is the genesis of the silly mood?
I think just like healthy and happy and like, when you didn't drink last night and you've like eaten
Yes.
well and just feeling good.
Okay, no whiskey blues. Got it. Okay. All right, got it. Nothing else.
But yeah, no specific thing. In fact, I think it feels completely random to me. And it's all about seizing those moods.
Right, that is true. Capitalize.
Yeah, they feel random. It's
This-
just about like trying to write down a thing when you're feeling in that mood. I'm feeling a bit in it now. This is a good trigger. Come here.
What do you do when you don't feel funny? Tom Cashman, comedian from Australia.
Oh, just other stuff that's not related to comedy.
Like what?
Like admin.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what kind of admin? Do you
Like-
respond to emails?
Yeah, like sending emails about stuff and there's something about creativity that my friend said that you've got to go with your mood. So there's no use if you're feeling creative. You should do creative things. You shouldn't do admin things.
Oh.
Because later analytical brain, you can do the admin.
Ooh, I think I
Follow
might
the
need
mood.
to think about that.
But when you're in an admin mood, don't try and do. You can go and try and like change and edit things that you came up with when you're feeling more creative.
Yeah.
Do practical stuff within that if you like, but also just do admin. Like don't force it. Don't pretend you're in the right mood and then try and because then
I
you
would
feel
never pretend.
you feel like a piece of shit and you're just like, oh, I suck or whatever.
Right.
And it's like no, just go with you got to trust what mood you're in.
And is this from your same Confucius friend, Dan? This
Oh.
piece of wisdom?
No.
Oh, which
It's
friend
from a
is this
different
from?
Alex. His name's Alex.
Oh, do
He
you
had the
interact with any women ever? Or?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, in what capacity?
Okay, so I suppose few different categories. I'd say category number 1, family. So we've got like a sister. As
Oh,
I said.
wow.
And then
Okay, he has family values.
Yep. And then category number 2, friends. So
Friends.
there's like you have friendship.
So you believe men and women can be friends?
Absolutely.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Great.
Who doesn't? Oh yeah. I suppose some people
No,
think
many men think
many
that.
men. It's like I'm so horny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of a
Interesting
shame.
species.
Yeah. But then I suppose there would be a category of like people you're in a romantic relationship
Right.
with or like interested in that. That's a third category.
Okay.
And then fourth category, I guess, like professional, like
Right.
professional acquaintances.
Right.
And then fifth category is for like people, I suppose, just general acquaintances. You don't know them that well, but like you kind of know them a bit. Those are probably the 5 categories of women in my life. That was the question, wasn't it?
That was the question. I think the word category in Australian sounds really smart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whereas you think it's less smart. Category.
Yeah, it sounds
Category.
like Oxford, the college.
Wow.
Category in Australian, the language Australian. Tom, do
Yes.
you like Taylor Swift?
Do I like Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
So yeah, I may as well say my honest opinion.
Well, yeah, because you were lying a lot in the beginning, so
Yeah,
now
exactly.
it's time to be honest if you're thinking about getting on that list.
Well, the answer is no, not really.
Why?
Because it's all a bit basic stuff that I doesn't really like. The melodies
Right.
are predictable in a way that does. I'm more a melody person than a lyrics person.
Really?
Like when I listen to music.
So would you qualify yourself as sort of a genius overseer of music, of what's good and what's not?
No, I just kind of have my own taste and stuff.
Oh,
and
okay.
I quite like pop music. Like, I suppose what Spotify would class as like alt pop. I quite like female vocalists.
Oh,
And like,
you heard
there's
that.
like,
He likes female vocalists.
I do. It feels like you're being serenaded by a beautiful lady or whatever.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm not like anti-poppy kind of tunes, but
Right.
like Taylor Swift, it's just quite, I don't know, like machiney. It doesn't sound like it has heart, and it sounds very produced in a way that doesn't connect with me emotionally. And the melodies are, I suppose, a bit formulaic to me in a way that doesn't like make me happy. It makes me feel like I'm in like a supermarket or something. It sounds like the music they play at a supermarket to me. Because they do. They will often play her music at supermarkets.
That's an interesting take. I guess you have never been a woman after a breakup then.
Do you like her?
Yeah, I like her.
I do remember.
She's not my number one, but yeah, I like her because I think I do connect with it. But I wouldn't call myself like a number one fan or anything, but I do connect with it, and I do feel like there is depth to the lyrics, and that there is soul in there, you know?
Totally.
Because most of the female population connects deeply with it.
I mean, it does feel, and I hope this is okay to say, for girls.
Yeah, but that's okay. There's many things for men. There's stuff for
Of
girls.
course. But I'm not a girl. So I think that's
Yeah.
that's also what I hear when it's like, this is not for me. This is like for this
You
is
said
for
that in a
girls
nice
here.
way. You put that in a nice way.
Thank you.
Yeah, in a non-derogatory way. Do you believe in aliens, Tom?
What define alien?
I don't have to define anything. This is my show.
Okay, I'm really sorry for asking you to define alien.
Oh, thank you.
I'll just do it. And like a green guy from outer space. I'll define it. What it means to me.
Please answer the question, Tom Cashman from Australia, comedian.
No, I don't. But I mean, what are the things that they say that we would have like probably heard about them by now, I guess. But they could be so like complex and kind of like aware of us and like, or they could be scared of us, or I just feel like it not in the way that people think.
Right.
And like UFOs or whatever, I don't believe in any of that. But I guess like galaxies and galaxies away, there being some life,
Right.
some like little animals running around in some different like atmosphere or whatever, probably. There's something going on.
So, Tom, you decided to come on this podcast
Yeah.
and say that you love boobs, lying, don't believe in aliens
Yes.
when this is called Space Out,
Yeah.
and that you
Taylor Swift
don't
sucks.
like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift sucks.
Wow.
It's like basic
Wow.
music
Wow.
for babies.
Whoa.
It's for like young people, like really, like before your brain is
Oh,
fully
thank you for
developed.
calling me young.
You're welcome.
That's so nice. That's the nicest thing you said so far. Yeah. So that was a really interesting choice by you. So you think that they're not real?
I reckon like galaxies and galaxies away, there are probably like little new life forms that are like little gunky little blobs, and probably they would love Taylor Swift because they don't have a brain at all. They're just like a little piece of algae blob piece of shit.
Raj, please put this in the calculations.
Okay.
And okay, so you
She
think
should tour there. She'd go great. Get on shoot her up into space. She can do a big galaxy tour of all the fucking like new types of moss. They'd get a real kick out of her stuff.
So you think that there's no higher intelligence that has created anything mystical in the entire world? Like, how do you think you don't find anything mystical about a woman bringing a life from another dimension through her body into the world?
I think it's like crazy, but I mean, it's just kind of like we've evolved that way. So there's a logic to me of like how we've all become how we are because of just evolution.
Sure.
So that all seems kind of analytical to me. But like Big Bang, what caused the Big Bang? That makes me go like, ooh, like what if we're we're just some small part of some bigger thing? And like that makes me feel a bit mystical and like we don't know the answers.
Right.
But like women giving birth, it's like, and then like, it's not, doesn't make me go, like
Yeah,
a
but then
beautiful.
how did the soul get in there, though,
Who's the soul?
of the baby?
The soul of the baby.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if I believe in a soul, I guess.
You don't have a soul?
I think I was about to ask you to define soul, but I would never do that.
Oh, wow.
I don't
You've
think...
asked a lot of other interesting queries.
Sorry? Huh?
Sorry?
What?
What'd you say?
Who? I think
You don't have a soul.
I think there's like some sort of like vibe or whatever, but it all kind of makes sense to me. I'm not that curious about it, I guess. I'm like open-minded, but I don't think about it. I'm not like walking around thinking like, oh my God, how do women give birth? It's so beautiful. Like who's responsible
That's
for this?
crazy. I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
It's so incredible. And like, I believe in science. I like science and stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm like, oh, science can't explain everything.
No.
There's a lot of things that science can't explain. Yeah,
Totally.
I like the things that it does explain.
Yep. I'm envious of that like kind of wonder.
I'm walking around with a lot of whimsy, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of spending a lot of time thinking about this.
You're thinking about like how beautiful it is that women get birth, and then you're getting like manipulated and tricked by every man that
I
you
know,
come
you
across.
walked in here, and that's why I had to launch this show to better mankind, to ask big questions that some people, aren't interested in.
What would you say to an alien if you met one?
Well, I think first I'd say hello.
Yeah, true. That's
But I'd
polite.
be polite because I have incredible manners. I don't know if you've noticed. But also a backbone.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure you've noticed that as well.
So you'd say, go easy here, alien.
No.
Don't you take advantage of me.
That is not what
To
I
show
would
backbone.
say. I have a lot of also, I think you would notice, charisma, so I'm not too worried about
You're not
it.
really answering the question about
No,
the
I
alien.
haven't
You're more just like
gotten it
listing
there.
positive traits you think
Well,
you
I
have.
have a lot of them, so what am I supposed to do? Pretend like they're not there? I think the alien would probably be beguiled about me because they would sense my pure heart and they're interested
You don't even
in.
have anything planned to say.
I don't need to because it would come from it would be
You'd
authentic.
improvise.
I wouldn't improvise. I would just be myself. I would say, hello, I've been wondering, I've been talking about you guys for a while.
Yeah,
and,
right.
in my theory, and I have shared this with the Blair Bears, those are my fans, so you'll probably be
Blair Bears?
Blair Bears.
Blair Bears.
Yeah.
Oh, and then how
rhymes.
ironic that a bear is what like fucked your jaw earlier.
Tom,
What?
do you want to be on the list or not?
What caused the snapping then? I thought it was a good reference
I
to
think-
something that happened at the beginning.
It was, yeah.
Creating a sense of narrative.
Oh, no. But I'm not worried about it because my feeling, and I've shared this before, is that they... Well, first, I never thought about aliens one time in my life until 2021 when our government said that they were real.
Yeah, but no, is that aliens or more just like unidentified flying objects?
There's been a lot of interesting disclosure happening and congressional hearings and things happening. And so then I never thought about it in my life. And so then, of course, I was like, this is crazy. And no one even cares. Not even one person in the country cares except for me. So,
But what have they actually found? In my mind, it could just be like weird drones or like
They have
some other
bodies.
governments. They've got weird bodies, right?
they have a lot of it. And it goes back many presidents.
Yes.
And of which another thing coming up, I will tell you.
Okay.
I don't really know anything about them, if they're real or what. I'm just interested in it. I find it interesting in that why they would be telling us about it now and there any reason for disclosure when they've been like secretly trying to investigate for so long, for so many years
Can
in
I
our
say,
country.
I'm like, I won't I'll ask you how old you are, but like I was like 18.
Well, yeah, it's none of your business.
It's not my business. But
It's private.
totally, but it's relevant to the point I'm going to make about like how I grew up. I assume we're vaguely the same age. Like the iPhone came out,
What made you say that?
just like vibe and like nothing. Don't worry about that. I don't know why I went into falsetto to get out of it. I just pretend I've turned into some other woman.
You're blushing. I love it.
So when I was 18, iPhone came out, and then there was like new iPhones after that, and like technology and like AirPods and like early 20s, like there was new shit,
Yeah.
new cool tech and like advancement and like shit.
Right.
And then it feels like for the last like 10 years, it's just slowed. Like there's not, and like AIs, like ChatGPT is, I guess, you know, it's smarter than it's okay. It's like a bit of a new thing, but it's not that good. Like, I suppose I'm ready for aliens to be real. Like, I was promised new exciting headlines and shit.
See, Tom,
And
now,
like-
now you're getting fun.
Yeah, I kind of would like it.
You're getting a little bit of a whimsy, a little bit of cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. See, men their minds can open sometimes. But what I was going to say is I think they're benevolent because they would have already blown our asses up. I think they just don't really care, and they just only hang around and make sure that we don't blow each other up. I think we're like dogs to them.
You think that they're really, really nice? I believe in aliens, and I also choose to believe they're lovely, and they love me. I think you're mixing up aliens with parents.
No, I think they're...
You think they're so lovely?
I think they're benevolent. Otherwise,
Benevolent.
they would have already blown us up.
Do you also think they're hot? They're hot and they're lovely and they love me.
I never said why. I can't believe why are you turning this sexual? It's such a man thing to say.
I'm just making it
I
like
don't
other
know.
positive traits.
I don't know what this slimy little. I think they're little guys. You know.
Oh, you think they're really small and hot
and they look rubbery.
They love me. Yeah,
and they
totally.
don't have any hair.
Yeah.
You know, so that would be new for me. So I haven't thought about them as sexual beings because I'm not a fucking freak like you.
No, totally. I don't find them sexual if they were.
You brought it up though, that was
I
pretty
do remember
weird.
like looking at, not to be all sexual, but like on porn websites back in the day.
He started this whole conversation off talking about big honkers.
You brought that up. That was your study.
I never
That was
brought it up.
Excuse me, you're going to edit this in a way that's absolutely manipulative. But I remember back in the day, porn websites were like, you could only see like trailers of things, like the free clips.
Oh, they have porn in Australia?
Yeah. But this was like ages ago when it was less accessible, but there was online. And I remember there was like different categories.
Oh, there we go again. Categories.
There's lots of categories, right? Which sounds really smart, unless
Oxford
it's
scientist.
in a pornography context. But I remember that, you know, there's all the categories. And I remember there was alien. And sorry, there were little brackets with the numbers.
Was alien porn?
So there was like a number next to every category, which denoted how many videos there were on this particular website for that category, right? And for like, you know, some of the big categories, there were like thousands of videos, right? And so it was the brackets and then thousands. And then next to alien, it had brackets and it had one. And I remember thinking, well,
for the one person.
Well, there's just one video. And so I'm like, I simply need to click on that to see what that is.
Sure.
You're not usually feeling that humorous when you're in this mood and this mode and you're on the computer for this reason.
Okay.
But in this particular case, that the whimsy took over. Men's minds can't
Rarely
open in this way.
happens for you, it sounds like.
Rarely.
Yeah.
But I clicked it and it was, I suppose, two men. There was a woman going down on two men. And then the men were dressed like pterodactyl costumes.
Oh, so they were humans dressed up as aliens.
Yeah. And
that's not what I thought.
And their penises were sticking out of this costume. And both of them, while they were, like the girl was going down on them, they were going like this with their hands, like, "Wah!"
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And it's stuck with me, obviously.
Yeah, it is,
It's
I
one
can
of the strangest
imagine.
things. I'm
I've
like,
never heard of alien dress up porn.
what are they doing?
Whoa.
It felt like, who's that for, you know?
Yeah, I don't mean to kink shame, but you have, I knew you had secret weird things. And
That's not part of, don't imply that that's part of my routine, that I'm looking at that every day. I looked at that once 16 years ago.
Wow, well, I think we really got to the bottom of a lot of that and I do think we found some common ground despite being on very far ends. Now, let me ask you this. Tom
Yes.
Cashman? What's your middle name?
Guess.
Why?
Okay, James.
What's your greatest dream?
Thank God we didn't guess my middle name.
What's your greatest dream?
What does that mean? My greatest, as in my biggest dream for my life?
Yeah, it could be anything.
I think I lack those.
Wow.
I'd like to have a family. I'd like to have a pretty successful career which makes me financially independent and creatively fulfilled.
Oh, those are nice answers.
I think that'd make me happy.
Yeah, that would be good. Do you have any non-career or family-related dreams?
What other categories are there? Of like, to go to
There's
Hawaii?
endless categories.
To go to Hawaii?
It could be anything.
Travel?
You
No,
could
but
go
help
to
me out.
Hawaii.
Give me a dream, please. Help me brainstorm a dream.
I mean, I have so many. Like, I would like to have a few donkeys.
Okay.
Besides having a child and a good career.
Yeah, I don't really want a donkey.
Well, that's your fucking business.
Can you just can you list yours and I can say whether yes or no?
No, I didn't say that.
So donkey, that's a hard no for me.
You keep trying to seize control of the ship.
No.
And yet I am still the captain of this ship.
I know, I just can't think of a dream and it's embarrassing and I'm trying to deflect.
No, I think that is I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you ask me my dream and then you immediately shit on it as if donkeys aren't the most pure-hearted.
You led with like a bad one.
No, I didn't lead with a bad one.
Yeah, you did. The other ones are worse than that.
No, you haven't even seen the donkeys on TikTok.
What is your second dream? Like a bigger donkey?
You asked me for an example of the spectrum of dreams.
Yeah.
So
I asked for categories and you said donkey. Donkey is not a category. It's a very, very specific dream.
I'm the one who asked the question, so I determined the motherfucking categories.
Totally.
And I love donkeys, and I think and they would really be a beautiful addition to anybody's life, and would add a lot of cuteness. They're really loving. They're like little dogs.
You've got to have a very specific property. Like,
well, yeah, and that's part of the dream. I need to have nature. I need to be in the quiet. Nature really inspires me.
Okay.
I love it. I don't like loud noises, so.
Okay.
I want the donkeys to come run up to the window in the morning when I'm having my coffee.
That would be quite loud, wouldn't it, with their hooves and stuff?
Oh, no, it'd be a soft pitter-patter.
I don't think it's a soft pitter-patter. They're large, like they're huge animals.
Tom.
No.
Tom shitter on dreams. I didn't laugh in your face about your baby and your career. Oh, my God. Wow. I thought you said, welcome to your country, but then you shit on my donkey dreams.
I mean, you mentioned shit and donkey. That's another problem with having them. They would be shitting everywhere.
That's fine.
And like the smell of that.
No, it's going to be in nature.
Seems like more bother than it is benefit to me.
Oh my God. I think you're too narrow-minded, Tom. You need to expand your mind.
Potentially. You got any other categories for me?
I can't believe you, an artist, comedian, can't think of one other goddamn category.
Well, yeah, travel. What do people want? I think
you don't want anything? What do you like?
Yeah.
I have so many special interests. I have 1 million.
Yeah, I don't have heaps of special interests.
That's crazy.
I like going to the beach. I think I like my life. I like hanging out with friends.
I like friends.
Yeah.
But give me something, off the beaten path, Tom.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to basically pull the gold pen out of you. It took, like, gun to your head. And then we find out about your alien porn, and it's in there. You're just being withholding, like you were to that therapist.
Yeah.
Or the small talk that you paid just to have surface level conversation.
I use it as a shield.
Yeah, but me, I no shield. It works on me. How have you felt about this podcast so far?
I've enjoyed it. I've felt slightly ashamed of not having any dreams or hobbies. I feel like I've been revealed to be a deeply unadventurous and unambitious person. But other than that, I've had a good time.
You were ambitious. You said career first, but you have no dreams or whimsy.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Mine is your freaky alien porn.
But that's not mine. I didn't do that.
No, that was what your main interest was. Mm-mm. I think everyone heard that. So, okay, we had to conclude the podcast with our last segment called Galactic Gossip.
Galactic Gossip.
Today's Galactic Gossip. From 1947 to 1969, the U.S. Air Force investigated unidentified flying objects under Project Blue Book. Mm-hmm. The project, headquartered at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio, was terminated December 17, 1969. The purpose of this project was to investigate for national security purposes, as we briefly touched on before. Ultimately, it was decided that the UFOs were not a threat to national security, supposedly. However, 701 out of 12,618 UAPs remain officially unidentified. Ooh, that's a lot.
That's your takeaway? Holy macaroni, that's a lot of UAPs. God knows what that is, but holy macaroni.
701 rolling around out there unidentified. Okay, Tom, please tell our listeners where they can find you and if you have any projects that you might be interested in letting them know about.
My name is Tom and I'm on social media.
As I might have mentioned, Tom Cashman, straight man, comedian from Australia. And what's your handle? We'll tell us something.
I think just type in that name and you'll get it. You'll find it. And I have a podcast with my friend called Sam Taunton called Really Good Stuff.
Oh, wow. What do you talk about on there? Gold pen?
We just kind of just chat about our weeks.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a bit like the therapy. And I suppose, sometimes it's pretty funny. And he's more of a people pleaser than me.
Oh,
and
that's scary.
I'm kind of more the analytical one, if you haven't picked that up
Yeah.
already.
You're like an engineer.
I suppose, a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
In terms of how I approach the world. And he's a bit more like you, I guess.
And what am I?
A bit
genius?
more, like whimsical and kind of like, open to different things. And but you describe yourself as not a people pleaser. So you're kind of like halfway between me and him, actually. Because he's a real big people pleaser.
Thank you. I love to be contextualized between two men. Thank you.
Kind of like, no, I'm not going to say it.
What?
No, I'm not going to.
Oh, you were going to say the alien porn?
Yeah, I was going to.
I knew it.
The
Oh my
two
God,
guys
see,
and the,
telepathic.
Yeah, totally. But that
Wow.
would be sexualizing and that would be kind of
Blair
inappropriate.
Bears, that's what his mind has been on the entire time. And that's why you really have to keep your head on the
You
swivel.
brought that out in me.
I didn't.
You brought that. I haven't thought about that in years.
I will say this. I very much enjoyed having you on the podcast. It was surprising. I didn't know how you would fare on this show because, of course, it's not geared towards you.
Sure.
And so I try to include you in the topics that we usually speak about.
Yes.
And, it's very rare for us to have a man on here that's straight. So I'll thank you for sort of diving into the unknown with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And sharing your interesting...
boring, plain life. Can I say I had a lovely time, but also, I suppose, not to take control, and I apologize in advance.
Oh, yeah,
but
thank you for that.
Is there a world where I find out whether I made it onto the Keith Richards list?
Oh, yeah, we still have to tally everything up, so we can't. We do.
Okay.
No, because Rosh had to do a lot of.
Oh my God! It's just standing up, just shaking her head. It's like, as in, like she smelled a bad smell. Like, oh, no way.
No, Rosh has to get the calculator out, and
Okay.
it could be a little while. There's
Yeah, right.
calculations that have to be.
So it'll be
made.
in like the description of the episode of like yay or nay, or how am I going to find out the news?
Honestly, I can't tell you yet how the news will be delivered.
Okay.
But I just had to say, you get a lot of points for the bravery of coming on. I threw a lot at you.
Yeah.
And you really picked it all up. And I have to say, I had a nice time. So
Okay,
it is
that's nice.
looking that you could get on the list.
Okay.
Yeah, even though you tried many times to deceive me in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah.
But we could overlook that maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I've been fooled before,
That's
though.
sounding like a maybe.
Yeah, so thank you, Tom Cashman, comedian from Australia. I am in the foreign country. I like it here. Thank you for coming on my podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Wi-Fi was invented in your place.
And the black box.
And the black box. That's so cool.
There's so many reasons why they don't make the whole plane out of it. But
Yeah.
the black box is
I know,
still
you're
pretty
right.
good.
You hear that? American Blair Bears. I mean, I don't know if you want to take offense to it, but I think we're all mad at the country right now, so it's fine. All right, I love you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, share the videos. Come see us on YouTube. And thank you so much for your endless, undying support. Love you so
Can I see
much.
that pen for a second?
You can't see my fucking pen. Bye.